Hey, what is going on, guys? The SS Ultimate Goku back to the video. I'm gonna be talking about something that is quite something I wasn't even really privy to until today. It got recommended to me through YouTube feed, and so I don't even know who this was until watched her video. She is a voice actress named Rachael Messer, I believe that's how you say it. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I watched her video. Actually, I had to go through her second video too. She did a second video on this matter. Now, I don't know who this Suzy, or whatever the hell that is. I don't know who that is. I didn't know who she was. I never heard of her channel. I didn't know what she was about. I didn't know any of this stuff. What I do know is that, which you guys should know by now because I have talked about it, I am trying to get into voice acting. I do have a voice acting channel now that is Frank the 3 VA. For any of you guys want to go check that out, I've done a couple of things on there. I do have an interview of Tiffany Grant from last year at LitCon too. It's a small interview, but it was my first interview, and it was just kind of cool because Tiffany was okay with doing the interview. So it was my first interview, so you know, it was really wasn't prepared for it, but I did it. I think I did it pretty good. Anyways, so this channel has been open for a long time. So I've done stuff here on YouTube. It's come and gone. I've had controversies with YouTube. I've had my run-ins with some of the stuff that YouTube did to me with like strikes in the past. I have dealt with them recently with a community guideline strike, which I believe was invalid. And I have tried contacting Team YouTube for months now, and they continuously ignored me about my request. Many tweets, many DMs on their little Team Twitter thing or whatever there. But it does go into something that Rachael pointed out. And there's some stuff that she talked about the voice acting industry that I thought was really interesting too, because I've gone to a bunch of conventions. I've talked to a bunch of different voice actors since 2016, different stuff, and I'm not going to specifically name who I've talked to or anything like that because that wouldn't be right or whatnot. But I will speak to my personal experiences and my personal, some of the stuff that I sorry about that. My personal experiences as well as my personal knowledge of certain stuff that she's even talked about. Some of the stuff I didn't even know. Like I said, this right here pretty much is like a crap load of different autographs and different memorabilia I have gotten from conventions. Signed stuff that I brought. So I can speak on personal experience in terms of, meeting voice actors and all that stuff. And I have a bunch of Q&A, panels, stuff on this channel that you guys can, go watch. I have like an entire playlist of stuff of my voice acting experience in terms of people that did allow us to record Q&A panels, because there are some voice actors that would not allow me to record, or anybody record for that matter, stuff. So there are some that I've done that were not recorded. some which I recorded, but then after the fact, a voice actor would come up to me and say, don't upload it. So I respect the wishes of the voice actors, obviously. I'm one of those guys. But as someone who's trying to get in, sort of to the industry, I do take voice acting classes. I take a class with Steve Bloom every month, and I have also taken Casting Call Clubs 101 and 201, and I'll be taking 301 next Thursday, starting next Thursday. So I am kind of getting more knowledge with the voice acting, and I have actually really improved with some of the stuff I learned, like the doggy pen technique. I've been doing that. I've practiced a lot of that. A lot of it was one of the tips I got. But as someone who's gotten tips from Steve Bloom, Brandon Hunter, who was my teacher for 101 and 201. I call them teachers, not instructors, by the way. That's just my whole forte. But anyways, so I've kind of learned a lot, and I've learned a lot of different things. But some of the stuff that Rachael had talked about, there was some stuff I didn't even know. But I will say one thing that she did say that I did know, and that was the whole thing about voice actors not making that much money. They do not. Especially ones in her situation, because I can't speak for her for sure, but based on some of the stuff that she said. Now, I didn't know who Rachael was until she made this video, or until I seen it, actually, because usually the voice actors you hear of are the big voice actors, or the people like Sean Schemmel, Goku, Christopher Sabat, Vegeta. You hear about those guys, which, by the way, yes, I did meet Sean Schemmel. And I got a bunch of autographs about him. I got a bunch of autographs on Sean Schemmel. You should probably see, I got a big Dragon Ball Z poster back there. Movie poster over there. Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. But anyways, so she is probably one of the bottom, non-union voice actors, which non-union voice actors don't make that much. And I can tell you this because I've learned this also from Steve Bloom. Steve Bloom, who's a big union voice actor. Okay, union voice actors, they have, ways where, like, if they need, like, rest or anything like that, if, something's wrong with their voice or something like that, they can, they have to, like, lighten them up, lighten the schedule. That's what union voice actors pretty much, they got more rights pretty much. Non-union voice actors don't have that. And like I said, I don't know if she's a part of it, but I'm going to assume that she, I'm just assuming that she's not a part of the union, because she, some of the stuff that she was in, like the One Piece movie, a lot of different Funimation titles. She said she was in My Hero Academia, which I'm actually, My Hero in Black, I think she said she was in Black Clover. I know she said she was in My Hero. I don't know what character she is, so I'm very curious now to know what character she was. I'm probably going to look it up. But point being is, I know that when it comes to voice acting, especially if you're non-union, which Funimation is a non-union dubbing company, because they're in Texas. In Texas, they don't allow unions. I know that when it comes to Funimation, they, do non-union. Now, I know Funimation, is getting really cool with, simuldubs. They're being more careful with some of, I know, like back in, I think it was in January, the voice actor of Asuka had the flu, and they actually took a week off of dubbing, just so he could dub the line instead of getting a substitute in there. So they are kind of getting a little better, but still, like people that. But again, also too, that's main character role. You know, maybe Rachel has more side support characters, which again you can easily be recasted. You can be easily recasted if you can't come in. You know, especially, and they can do that because it's non-union. It's not a union voice a union voice actor is guaranteed to get 3 roles. You're guaranteed to get 3 roles if you're casted. So if you get casted as 1 role, you're at least getting 2 more. This is something I learned from Steve Bloom, who's very knowledgeable in the industry. With a non-union voice actor, non-union voice actors don't get that guarantee. So she's definitely right when she's saying that they can easily recast a voice actor. For anybody who wants to question, or which I don't think there are many people that are questioning this, but you know, some of the people, because I don't know who Sue is, but Sue, I guess, has been flat out lying to people on YouTube and saying stupid shit, stupid crap about the industry, and that she's not making money or anything like that. That's a low. Most voice actors, especially non-union voice actors, make their money from conventions, from guys like me that pay, to get autographs from people. And this is from this voice actor right here. That's where they're getting their money from. They're getting their money from actual signed signatures. You're getting signatures, and some voice actors, they'll just do it for free if you bring in your own prints and whatnot, but some won't. I've come across different ones. There's another one I got. This was something I paid, I think around $30 for this, I believe it was. This was like actual special print with Dante Bosco. This was me in my cosplay. I do regret doing the Namek background. I should have done the Dragon Ball Z Earth background, but I wasn't thinking. It was kind of quick. But still looks really cool. Still looks a really cool background, though. One of my favorite ones I've done. Got a lot of ones here. When I met Tiffany Grant last year. Like I said, I got a bunch of them. I could go all day and show every autograph that I have. But that's where they get their money, mostly. Especially if they're non-union. If you're non-union, you're pretty much getting your money from the convention. So when people say, "Oh, I don't have the money for this, why can't you sign this for free?" This is why. Because they're not making enough money to do what they're doing in the industry, especially if you're non-union. If you're union, you might have a little more leeway, especially if you're in the union, you probably have more popular roles, because you're guaranteed to, like I said, to get 3 roles if you're in the union. This is what I learned from Steve Bloom. So you're guaranteed to get 3 roles when you're in the union. When you're non-union, you're not guaranteed, and you can be recasted at any time. You pretty much don't have any rights because it's non-union. It's a non-union part, so you can just be recasted like that. Now, right now, I'm, like I said, a beginner voice actor. I do work for Animation Rewind, but again, with Animation Rewind, I kind of don't really get that much. I mean, I'm just kind of an amateur. I get some stuff, but I don't get that much. Okay, and most of the stuff I do is for fun. As a matter of fact, I started doing stuff with Animation Rewind. When I started doing stuff with Animation Rewind, I wasn't getting anything. That was when his channel was smaller than it is now. Like, I literally grew with his channel, and then I started getting something, but I still don't get that much. And I don't get anything for research, for the research stuff, by the way. No one gets that. And then for CCC, Casting Call Club, Casting Call Club, I have one paid role right now that I'm working on right now that I just got about a week ago. One paid role. Out of all the auditions I've done, I got one paid role. And it isn't that much. But it's still pretty cool that I get to work on a character. You know, and I don't even have a demo right now. And that's something I am working on, by the way, to get next. But, you know, in terms of my voice acting stuff, I don't get really anything because I'm not really, you know, a big YouTuber, and I'm not that, you know, well known in the industry. You know, but, you know, I can understand where, you know, Rachael, she's actually someone that is in the industry, and she's still not getting that much. Because, again, most of the stuff you're getting when you're non-union, you're getting through what is called the conventions. You're getting it through the convention work. That is where you're getting your money. You can sell $30. Now, what she did talk about on YouTube, or on her YouTube video, that did surprise me, was that you cannot sell art or work from the actual episodes. Like if you take a screenshot of like the video of your character through the actual episode, you know, like Google has a lot of the screenshots on there when you look it up and whatnot, you cannot use those in selling them, which I did not know that, because most of my autographs that I've gotten were stuff that I brought in. A lot of them I did still pay for, by the way, for autographs, but a lot of them were shots from Google from the actual episodes, and were printed out. I got some really good, you know, what's it called? Photo paper. I got it from Walgreens, by the way, $12, 25 sheets of photo paper, and just prints it right out on my printer. I got a bunch, and I don't really know. Like I said, I got a bunch of them, and this is something that I didn't know. Like I said, and now I'm kind of cautious to doing this now in the future, because apparently it's not allowed. That's not that one. Let's see. No. Oh, this is actually one from Steve Bloom that I did. This is a verified autograph too. That was a really good print. But again, this was something that I printed out myself when I met Steve Bloom. Not that I don't think this will matter, because obviously he's still working on this project, and Jason DeMarco, I don't think really cares. But, you know, like this. This was actually a screenshot from the actual episode. This is Aura from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V. You know, that was an actual, that was actually a screenshot that I printed out from photo paper. You know, I did pay for that autograph, by the way, but I brought that in. That's something that really did surprise me when Rachael said that, because I did not know that. And a lot of the people were still, like I said, a lot of people that are voice actors sign these when I bring them in. So now I might be really cautious about doing that now, because I don't know if I should be doing that now. Because if what she's saying is true, I'm bringing in prints of stuff that shouldn't really be signed. So I'm kind of like really kind of dumbfounded by this. Like I said, I have a bunch of that. That was just one. That was just one I had of it. There's a bunch more I have of doing that. But another thing she talked about was the reaction stuff. The reaction videos, and you guys know I've done a bunch of reaction videos. Most of them, most of my reaction videos I'm doing, most of the reaction videos I'm doing is that of me watching it on television, because I'm watching it on my TV, and I have a photo of like the actual what I'm of the show that I'm reacting to, and then I'm just talking the whole time while like I'm giving my legitimate commentary to the actual episode, and reacting to it, but I'm not actually showing the footage, on my stream feed. And now, I did get a community guideline strike for one of them. Not a copyright. A community guideline strike for spam and deceiving viewers or whatever. It was I showed it. I addressed it before on my YouTube videos in the past. Just for pleasures or something. It was something really stupid. And that was what I was fighting them, because I got that in July of 2019. Now, for community guideline strikes back in 2019, they would expire in 3 months, and then you would be good. Now, as of January, they changed it where they will never be removed, basically. Even though mine was in July of 2019, and it expired in October of 2019, they didn't take it away, which really pissed me off, and I've been fighting YouTube for that for months now. As well as the fact that this video was illegally taken down for a community guideline strike that was not a community guideline strike, because I did advertise that it was a reaction video, which it was a reaction video. I did give my legitimate commentary about it. But, that being said, some of the explanations that she gave, where there's legit pauses in between the videos, there's no editing, and that's something that I felt like, well, this might not pass her test. And she didn't mention me in her video, so like I could have just completely ignored this and just went on my everyday, but I didn't. Once I seen her video and watched her video, it really caught me, because like I'm someone who's trying to get into the industry, which I'm doing CCC work. Like I said, I'm just a beginner. I got one role, one paid role. I've gotten a couple of free roles, and I've done a bunch of work for Animation Rewind, of course, because I've been with him since the beginning. I've done my co-hosting work that I've done with him, which I don't get paid for the co-hosting stuff, guys. That stuff just me doing for fun, because I like to analyze the characters, and like to just come up with cool skits, which I did. The happy wife, happy life thing. I just did that on my own. It was not even... So that was another thing. Animation Rewind was just all cool. He would give me like a script to go by, but there would be some times when I would just, would just change it as I was recording, and he'd be all cool for that, because a lot of times they were really cool epic lines like that. When I did the whole today on Dragon Ball Z, Cartoon Fight Club, when I did that, that I came up with. Like, I did that, and Animation Rewind loved it. I just did that, when they did the Chi-Chi and Hinata match, he was like, we've seen Naruto and we've seen the husbands, but will the same result be for their wives? Find out today on Dragon Ball Z. Oh wait, Cartoon Fight, accidentally saying I intentionally didn't do it, I intentionally screwed up, but that was just me thinking that right at that time when I was recording it, and I was like, yeah, that was awesome. And he loved it, by the way. He thought it was the greatest thing ever to come with that. So it's stuff like that that I just came up with, like, you know, just having fun with it. But, you know, some of this stuff is kind of, you know, hearing what Rachel said. Sorry about that. Yeah, someone calls me, too. It's not important, though. So, anyways, yeah, it was, the video was really an eye-opener for me because there was some stuff I didn't know or I was kind of caught off guard by. Some of the knowledge that I've learned from different voice actors and different people. Like I said, my hair is kind of up there because there's no barbers open. Which, by the way, I was going to meet a bunch of other voice actors this year, but of course, as we all know, everything got canceled. Because of this stupid coronavirus decided to invade the world. So, because it decided to invade the world, everything got canceled, and barbers got closed, so I haven't been able to get a legitimate haircut for 2 months. Yes, this happened. Anyways, so, yeah, and like I said, I can't speak for what's going on with this whole Sue person, because I don't know who she is. I didn't know who she was until I seen the video. So, yeah, I don't know about her, personally, but I've heard from her and a couple other people that I seen after her video that there's a lot of shady things going on with her. So, not very good. But having said that, and kind of learning from what Rachel said, I'm kind of trying to more hesitant on terms of what I want to do for my content, because I know there is the whole, well, it's fair use, but I don't want to abuse the fair use, because again, we could take fair use and we can use it and just say, well, it's definitely fair use, look at this, it's fair use, we cut stuff off in time. But, you really shouldn't do that. You shouldn't really abuse the fair use. If it's fair use, it's fair use, but don't abuse the fair use. And I don't try to do that, and it was never my intention with my reaction videos to do that. It's just me reacting, and I have a subscription, Funimation, Hulu and all that stuff, my Toonami stuff, obviously. So it was really an eye-opener type video. Kind of cut back on certain stuff now, obviously, because of this revelation. Like I said, I don't think my reaction videos that I was doing was wrong, because again, I wasn't, and even when someone because there were some people that were commenting on my reaction videos. There were a bunch of people that were commenting on my reaction videos saying, hey, why aren't you showing the full video? I would, you're an idiot and all this stuff. And I would literally reply back to them, go watch it on Funimation now and watch it legally. If it was like, for example, Black Clover or My Hero Academia, because I've reacted to those episodes in the past. I would say go watch it on Funimation now, because that's where you can watch it legally. And that's where I'm watching it legally. So, and or Toonami. Because Toonami shows it too. So, that's what I would do. But, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with the whole situation with Sue. From what I've heard, she's very, very bad in abusing the system. But again, like I could say with Rachel, is Rachel definitely, a lot of the stuff she said is definitely accurate, and it goes very consistent with many voice actors that I have talked to and I've learned from. It is very, 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 very consistent and very compelling. Voice actors do not make that much money, and if you think they do, you are dead wrong. You are dead wrong to think that. And I can understand the hypocrisy that's going on where, a YouTuber could make thousands of dollars off of doing nothing, and it's your work, and you're getting like $30 for it. $30 an hour, at Funimation when you're screaming, especially if you're in Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z is a huge screaming anime. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. That's my favorite anime, favorite show of all time is Dragon Ball Z. That is something where people are screaming, they are, powering up, that stuff is very, very intense. And if you're an anime and you're voicing a character like that, you're going to go through a lot of vocalness, that you got to have water, cough drops, I've heard, some people have said. You're going to want that stuff because you're streaming a lot. There was one thing she did say that was incorrect, though. It was a small thing, but I wanted to note it just because. She said the Sailor Moon dub was made by 4Kids. That is incorrect. It was made by Deke. And then Cloverwake in Season 3 and Season 4. Just letting you know, Rachel, because you were wrong on that. Pokemon was made by 4Kids. Sailor Moon was made, the first 2 seasons, Season 1 and Season 2, were made by Deke, were dubbed by Deke. And Season 3, Season 4 were dubbed by Cloverway. So, yes, that's the small thing Rachel said that was incorrect. So, yeah, there's that. I just wanted to point that out there, because I did watch the majority. I watched her video, so, yeah. Anyways, so, getting back to the whole situation for voice acting, yes, $30 an hour is pretty good, but if you're only having a 2-day work day, you only made like $60. That's not that much. Not that much, considering when you're thinking about trying to pay for your bills, your family members. That's going to cover maybe like your electric bill. $60 would probably cover your electric bill for the month. So yeah, she is correct when she said that they don't make that much. And you see these guys that are, making thousands of dollars on YouTube for pretty much doing nothing. And, again, too, getting back to the whole, the footage, using the footage. Yes, that footage is not mine. It is not YouTubers to use. We use a lot of those clips since I was in the Versus debating community for so many years, through Cartoon Fight Club and Animation Rewind and Rewind Rumble and all that stuff. When I used to do my own Versus show, I would occasionally use a clip, to show what this fighter could do. Like, this is a legitimate feat. Or like when Cell said he was a solar system buster, I would use that clip and show like, hey, I can destroy the entire solar system. That shows the feat to prove that, yes, he can destroy the solar system. Or a manga scan that shows us. That is something that is fair use. So that is my example, being the person in the Versus community. So yes, that is something that you can do, because that is fair use. You're showing research, which research does fall under fair use. And when you are doing a fictional fight, fictional fight to the death, you have to prove why your character, the character that you said wins. So you can show like a clip of that. But you can't show a full episode of it, obviously. but that is something that you would do. So that is something that is fair use. Commentating on someone is fair use, even though a lot of commentators abuse that or dox people. Like I had a YouTuber that actually doxed my name and my location once, and I got it taken down by YouTube. Thankfully, YouTube took that down, but they still haven't taken down this guy's YouTube channel, which pisses me off even more because he's harassed me. He's made fun of my cosplay, because I wear a Goku cosplay at a lot of these conventions. I interviewed Tiffany Grant with a Goku cosplay on. He made fun of it. And he bashed me for it. You guys know who the YouTuber is. If you guys are on my channel, you know who it is. He's made fun of my Dragon Ball Z fandom. He brought up a video that was made years before Geekdom 101 even uploaded on YouTube and tried to spin it as factual. So again, I know that there are people that abuse the system and harass and cause hate for you being a dub fan, because I am a dub fan. I'm not a sub fan. I don't have a problem with someone that's a sub fan, just as long as they don't attack me and say that I'm not a true fan, which I get that a lot, that I'm not a quote-unquote true fan, because I prefer to watch the English dub over the subtitle version, because I can't watch the subtitle version. I can't read that fast, nor can I tolerate hearing something that I can't understand, and no one respects that. And there are people that do, but I get a lot of hate for that. You guys, if you guys seen people that have made videos on me, like they'll say that stupid crap. I liked her presentation of her video. I didn't know we had that many voice actors that were actually on YouTube, but she's on YouTube regularly, it seems like, from looking at her channel feed. Good for her. She said that she's not making any money on her videos, unless I heard that wrong, which I don't know why she wouldn't want to monetize her videos, because those are her own videos, but maybe it's something when it comes to working with Funimation. I don't know, but I didn't think that she couldn't not do that. I don't know, but yeah, very, very informative video. I definitely am gonna try to do better with my videos now, because my reaction videos, I don't think were against fair use, because again, I wasn't showing the footage and I wasn't really talking. I was talking, I was giving commentary, but I can't say for sure if there were pauses or anything like that, because I'm doing it on a live stream. But a very, very informative video, and I am happy that she is covering stuff about the industry, because this is something that's very important about the industry. Because a lot of people think that voice actors make a lot of money, and that's not true. Unless you are someone that's really huge, and has a role that is bigger than life itself, you're probably not going to make money. And if you do, it won't be that much. I'm not making that much from voice acting right now. Hopefully in the future I will. Hopefully I'll get to the point where people will want to come see me, if I get to that point where I'm working with a company. But I don't look at that right now and say, oh my god, this is what I gotta do. No. I have an actual job. I have a real job. Right now, with the pandemic, I am laid off from it. But hopefully soon I'll get it back. It has given me more time to audition and make more time for work, for doing, work through, either YouTube or, do, different videos. Like I was able to do that, that 10 reasons, the 10 reasons why, not 10 reasons why, the top 10 guys that never won the world title in professional wrestling, WWE. I was able to do that video because I had more time to do it, and it was edited. It was properly edited. I put a lot of work into it, and I didn't get that much out of it. I got like maybe 50 views, I think it was, or at least I think that's what it's at right now. So I put a lot of work into that video, and some of these other videos I didn't put nearly as much work into that, and got more views for it. So that's some of the stuff that I've been able to kind of do because I've not really worked in about 2 months now. My real job, the job that I'm doing right now. Hopefully, if I get more work as a voice actor, I won't have to do that anymore. But until that happens, I won't be able to. A lot of like I said at the beginning of this video, is a lot of the stuff I've done is for fun. Like I said, a lot of the voice work I've done, I don't get paid at all. Like I said, co-hosting, I don't get anything. That's just me doing it because I'm a fan of Animation Rewind's channel. I've done research, but I don't get anything for that. No one gets anything for the research. We're all volunteers when it comes to research. So that's really, I can't really get into all that stuff, but I'm just gonna say that, no, I don't get paid that much. And I don't get paid right now. I haven't got paid at pretty much at anything. I mean, I get a little here and there, and that's about it, because I'm just doing my stuff in Casting Call Club and hoping for the best, hoping that I get casted, for a job, to do, because it's fun, and it's really cool, because then it also gives me more work to kind of figure out what I want to do for the character. So yeah, and I'm still learning. Like I said, I don't even have a demo right now. I'm lucky enough to have a couple of jobs, voice jobs, and I don't even have a demo yet, which you really need to have a demo. That's one of the things that I've been told by pretty much every person that I've come across. But demos are very expensive. Yeah. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of feeling the winds, so to speak. But yeah, that's really kind of my whole speaking on this. I'm very happy that Rachael spoke out against this YouTuber that, has pretty much violated stuff. Apparently, she stole someone's like art or something, as her banner, and then took the name off too. So I mean, there's also that issue too. So this Sue person that she was talking about has done some very, very shady stuff, and don't support her. That's what I would only say. Don't support her, because from what I've learned from her, it's not right. She's making money for doing nothing, when Rachael, and like I said, I'm not going to speak for her because she doesn't want people to, go after them, but I'm just going to tell you, just don't support her. Don't go after her, don't do anything to her, but I would not support her. I would not support her because she is hurting the industry. She is hurting the industry, for one thing. She's hurting the industry, and number two, she's taking advantage of people too, really. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing is wrong. she's taking advantage of people, and then she's spreading lies. Like right after she made that, I guess, she tried to, attack her and say that, she's not making any money. That's bullshit. Okay, that she's not making that money. She isn't making that much money. Like I said, I know she said she's doing video game work, but video game work can be non-union too. Video game work does make more money than anime work, but if it's non-union, it's not going to be as much. And also, like, she had also said about, like, getting, like, copies of stuff, that she's worked on. That actually did kind of surprise me, but at the same time, since it's non-union, it doesn't surprise me. You just have to buy it yourself if you want to get it. So, again, she's not going to have that work, that she did. And also, like she said, you don't own the character. She doesn't own the character that she's voicing. She voices the character, but she needs permission for, like, samples and stuff like that, because that's not her voice. And especially if they have a contract saying that you cannot use this voice for anything else, which could make a lot of things difficult, by the way, if that's, like, one of the few voices you can do. Because a lot of voice actors can only sound a certain way, and they'll be like, wait, that sounds like that same voice actor, you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing too. It's like, if you sign away your voice, that might be a problem, because you might not be able to do that for any other role. So yeah, that could be an issue. But again, that's something in the industry that does happen. I can't speak for what Rachael voice that she signed away. I don't know if she has, but if she only can do a voice for one character and it's exclusive to that character, she cannot do it for another role. She has to sound like something different. So that is something that does happen in the industry. Like I said, I'm speaking from basic. I'm not speaking from what I'm speaking strictly from what I know from the industry, from what I have been told from different voice actors over time, as well as teachers that I've learned from. So that is what I'm speaking of. This is stuff that I've learned from people that are in the industry. Okay? So that is all I'm going to say on the matter, in terms of the stuff that I know about the industry. So yeah, that's really all I can say on the matter. If Rachael does see this video, which I doubt she will, but if she does, I hope you the best, and I hope to meet her now, really, because she really kind of explained a lot of things that, the going-ons of different stuff, which, again, I've met, like I said, a bunch of voice actors. There's a whole box. This is my Xenoverse 2 box. Yes. But it's a whole box of different stuff that I have. So, yes. That's really about it, guys. I probably missed something, but I think I got to all the important points. So, yeah. I'm out of here. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku. Frank the 3 VA on my voice acting channel. If anyone wants to check that out. I'll be trying to come out with more voice acting stuff on that channel very soon. But that's all I gotta say, guys. I'm out of here. I'm out. Peace.